So, Zoe Laverne, had no idea who the hell she is, but now I do because apparently she has an inappropriate relationship with a 13-year-old, and she's a 19-year-old, which is a really big problem. Um, this is the supposed 13-year-old. I'm gonna be honest, I cannot confirm that he's only 13, but everything points to the fact that he is. Um, he certainly looks 13. And so and also, like, it's not like her response is, hey, he's not 13, he's actually 15, which would still be gross, but since it falls within kind of a legal parameter, it's like kind of not okay, but it's like a little bit forgivable to a point where it's like, wow, it's gross, but like you're not a predator. um Honestly. And that's something that's rather different from the Tony situation, because I know a lot of people are upset about it, but the reality is as weird and uncomfortable as it is, with Tony Lopez, excluding the fact that like age was never really established, all the girls he seems to engage with are 16 and older, which in his home state is the age of consent, and they're within a 4-year age range, which is typical with almost every state has some form of Romeo and Juliet law. So when we try to establish things, we talk about it from a predatory perspective, as like a mental in your mind, how, whether you're actually trying to predatorize somebody or not. And I know some people will be like, what about Gemini? And not to get too much off track, but I'm going to make a video about differences between Gemini and Tony. So if you're interested in that, you could look at that. But let's get back into this. So Zoe Laverne, 19-year-old, engaged with a 13-year-old, but not just engaged with a 13-year-old in like a physical relationship. It's very, very emotional, which makes me very uncomfortable, because a lot of people like to throw around the word groomer a lot. And I don't know if she's a groomer, but this is kind of grooming. This is grooming, because this kid is 13. Grooming really is like getting somebody like emotionally ready for when they turn, of legal age, to basically be bound to you. And it's really seems like we're establishing that relationship here. One of the things I find very troubling here, and this is a very nice new thing that TikTok is doing, is that they love censoring the fuck out of people for trying to speak out against it. So I made a video about it like last night, and it was just like, hey guys, it looks like a few accounts. There's 3 accounts I'm going to show you right now. Freak the Gemini is one of them. He was banned. This is his alternative account. He was banned for talking about it. There's another account, Lovely Maggot. She was banned for talking about Zoe Laverne. And then Logan with an NF was also banned like multiple times. Like he was banned, unbanned, banned again for talking about it. So, yeah, so right here. So you're telling me they unbanned my account late last night? I wish I was. They rebanned it. It's crazy. They're really going out of their way to like sweep this under the rug. And like I just don't. It's insane. Like obviously people's freedom of speech has been removed off of this platform. I understand there are advertisers on there, but we have to get to a point where it's like, okay, they didn't groom a 13-year-old, right? And yet they were the ones banned. Like, can you really throw the lot? Like, remove the whole financial factor, remove the whole capitalism. Like, oh, I got to make money factor. Like, she's engaging in very inappropriate behavior, and TikTok is protecting her from that inappropriate behavior. You understand what I'm saying? So they're actively fighting the people that are like, hey, this is a problem, and then the girl who is the problem, they're like, let her do her thing. To be absolutely honest with you guys, I want you to understand that is rape culture. That's part of rape culture, is sweeping under the rug different situations like this. This isn't we haven't gotten to that point where it would be considered rape, but you understand my point, where it's like, okay, we have a big celebrity, we got to protect them. So yeah. So this is Zoe Laverne. We've already established that. Now, here's the thing. There's a lot of evidence against... Well, I won't even say it's evidence. There's a lot of information against her. A lot of stuff that is speculative and I could not prove, so I'm not going to bring it up here. We're going to focus on the fact that, there's speculation of them engaging physically. I cannot confirm it. We're not going to pretend that it's real because, frankly, we don't have the evidence. We're not going to push anything with unsubstantiated evidence against this. What we can seemingly like pretty much confirm here is that she's 19. The guy that she's engaging with is 13, and they're best friends, and they've been engaging in inappropriate conduct together. So here's the video. Now, just for context, this video is being scrubbed off Instagram as well. And it's crazy. It's crazy how they're scrubbing the internet of this shit. And it's fucking nuts to me because, like, I mean, it's nuts to me because, like, all this information against them, they're really just trying to get off the. I had to make sure that I saved this video because, like, this account seems to be gone. Like, one of my followers actually sent me this video. The accounts seem to be gone. Like, thank God that they sent it to me because they're getting mass reported. There's like accounts dedicated to getting rid of, like, just showing the information of what she did confirm do, and they're getting pulled down on Instagram, on TikTok. It's crazy. So, like I was saying before, some people in my chat are going crazy. The information we can confirm is this that we're going to go through. But there's a lot of other information and screenshots that don't seem to be real that we're not going to go through. That's what I was trying to say. So let's watch this whole situation here. Yeah, it's uncomfortable. So realistically, the music isn't. It's like a montage. So this is her. This is a 19-year-old girl kissing a 13-year-old girl. And I want you to understand something. It's far, this relationship is far too intimate for me to be like, oh, not a big deal. Like, it's really uncomfortable. Like that, kissing on the hand. Like, that's like boyfriend, girlfriend type shit. The way that they're engaged, this isn't best friend interactions. This is like actually big things. No, the girl's 19. She's not 13. All right, that's not like best friend interaction, right? That's not the way that you engage with somebody. This is very, very like, this is, like she's grooming him. It doesn't matter if she doesn't have bad intentions. She's grooming him, and it's really gross. And like it's boyfriend girlfriend shit. And it's just not appropriate. And some people will be like, oh, but listen, Papa, it's not illegal. I mean, it's technically, I guess, not illegal to engage in this, which is true. But still, you're grooming them. And that's just not appropriate. Again, 6-year age difference. She's not covered by any form of law. So we can't just be like, oh, okay, she was misinterpreting the situation. Right? They've been best friends. Now, here's something that gets me more than anything else. I think this is her mom. Right? This is her mom, and this is what she has to say. This is what the mommy has to say about this whole situation.
Anybody can reach over and kiss somebody. They're best friends, and this needs to stop, you guys. Why are you doing this?
It does need to stop. I'll tell you that much. I think the rest of it's I screen recorded that. It does need to stop. You're just kind of giving the wrong person shit. See, this is the biggest problem, right? Because let me set up the scenario, right? So somehow you let your 19-year-old daughter become best friends with a 13-year-old. I don't even know how you do that. I don't even know how you allow yourself to. I would be like, yo, you better knock that shit the fuck off. You're not seeing him ever again. I don't know how mom even let them do that. Like, why are you comfortable with that age difference? Like, there's no way. It's so weird. But now your mom's justifying it. And this is a big problem because mom could have just not taken a stance. But mom took a stance. Mom took a stance that her behavior is okay. And now she's like, this is going to contribute to her not changing that really disgusting behavior. But if we kind of move forward here, here's the thing. And I'm going to show you why it's like extra bad. This level or lack of accountability pushes further because this, oh wait, where is it? Oh, what the hell? Oh, here we go. I almost lost it. So this is apparently her, right? This is apparently her. I believe it's her. It may not be her, but I believe this is like her words. So we're going to read them. And it says, I know that a lot of you are disappointed in me and you have every right to be. I will address this as soon as I can get my Instagram back. I can't get into it due to my number being changed. I would like to say I'm aware of what was leaked, but Connor was not raped, etc. Connor and I kissed, yes, never had a relationship. That's incorrect. Even if you didn't label it a formal relationship, it was an inappropriate relationship. But we did catch feelings for each other after being so close. These videos were from months ago, and we realized it was wrong, and we both cut it off before anything was leaked. I did tell my mom we kissed, and her mom defended it. So I don't know how she's saying she wasn't happy, obviously, but she understood that we are both teenagers. You're not both teenagers. There was no point where both of you were teenagers. Like, he's literally 13. So, like, a year ago, he's 12 and you're 18. Like, he's a preteen. There's never a point. Oh, he said his mom? My bad. Oh, yeah, his mom. Yeah. There was never a point where you were both teenagers. Like, establish that. And, like, to this his mom, like, where she wasn't, whatever. Honestly, it feels like because it's a girl that's in the position of power that she's getting a lot of like leeway here. Anyway, I am aware that I am an adult, and I'm aware that I have done something wrong, and I am very sorry for what I have done. Connor and I will go live together as soon as all the claims died. Whatever, bro. Okay. So, I want you to understand something, that this is like a really shitty apology. If the narrative was, hey, some bizarre set of circumstances caused us to become friends, and then it got inappropriate, so we're cutting it off, you do realize that the only way to cut it off is to legitimately stop engaging with this person. Like, you can't be friends anymore. That's the only path forward, is like, hey, we're not friends anymore. That's it. And yet, in the same breath where it's like, oh, we cut it off, now you're going to go live together? No, you can't do that. And it gets worse, right? Blah, blah, blah. Connor and I will go live together as soon as all the claims, whatever. This was not meant to be a social media, and I'm sorry you had to see it. Yeah, no shit, huh? I removed people that left or that I thought would be rude to me. So instead of being rude in the comments, please understand that I have wrote, thank you, Connor, and I have no communications for 3 days now. That's weird. Okay. We are still friends, but we think it's best to stop talking and work on each other's mental health and spend time with our families. Okay, first of all, so here's the thing. Again, she's like, hey, we realized it was inappropriate. We cut it off. But they haven't been talking for 3 days, which what I would assume was right when the story actually broke. So this narrative that they were like already trying to like work on getting rid of the situation is completely fabricated bullshit. So she's lying. That's the problem. Like, it's still gross regardless, but if the narrative was like, oh, a weird set, and still I'm not comfortable with it. If the narrative was we realized that it was inappropriate, so we stopped talking forever. We just killed the friendship. Okay. I would have been like, it's still really gross and inappropriate. We still would have talked about it, but I would have been sitting here saying, okay, at least they stopped. But not only does this contradict itself, where it says we stopped engaging, but now they're still friends, because you can't stop engaging. You have, unless you stop being friends. Like, the grooming is going to continue. And I don't even know why I did this. Like, it's going to continue. He's still going to continue to have feelings for you. You need to kill it. But you guys have a fucking video dancing with each other like yesterday or a couple days ago. Like, this is on her fucking page. It's like her most recent 5 days. It's her most recent. Her most recent is them dancing together. That's not appropriate. Like, you don't do that. Like, you guys need to never hang out again. You guys need to be done with each other. Like, you guys need to never talk ever again. That's it. You can't do that kind of shit. Okay? And, like, it gets worse because this is his page, right? He was private for a while. This is one of his most recents. Ago. Now, maybe that video might get, like, this particular segment might get muted on YouTube because, like, sometimes the way that, like, YouTube works with its songs or whatever. Just so you know, like, that was a song about how he misses somebody, and then, like, Zoe Laverne's their best friend. Woo! You know, that's what I'm talking about, man. Like, you can't we can't just be like, yeah, not a big bro. Like it's just not appropriate. It just never was appropriate. Here's another.
Like she said, what you know about us? I got what you need. Woke up in the store and get what you want. You get what you please. We about to get it on.
Like the only way that this relationship would be appropriate is if they're brother and sister. That's literally it. But there's no reason for somebody 13 and 19 to be this close to each other, given all these circumstances. And it's honestly gross. And it's especially gross that people are getting censored and muted. You know, my understanding is that there might be some speculation again that they engaged physically. I cannot confirm that, and that's why we're not talking about that. But this relationship's inappropriate. Shame on, honestly, both parents for letting. Honestly, shame on both parties' parents for this shit. Shame on them. You know, if I had a 19-year-old daughter that was best friend, I mean, like, listen, my 19-year-old anything wouldn't be best friends with a 13-year-old anyone. I don't know how, like, we're not considering that factor. Like, how the fuck do you let your kid engage with, like, an actual kid? Like, I don't understand. Like, you let this comfortable relationship become a thing. And, like, it really could lead to a lot more shit in private than we think, right? And I'm not saying that anything happened. What I'm saying is, like, you're letting them be friends. Like, I don't know how her parents are doing it or hit, because if I had a 13-year-old, I'd be like, you're not going to be best friends with a 19-year-old. I don't understand how the parents are letting it happen. Her mom in particular is like advocating for it. It's fucking mind-blowing. It's just fucking crazy, man. It's fucking crazy. It really is. So we'll see what else happens in this time. Maybe there'll be new information. Yeah, we'll keep covering it as we move forward. Let me play the alerts.
Thank you so much, guys, to all my Patreons, and a special shout out to my Papa XL Patreons. Without all you guys, I would just be some fat dude screaming into a microphone. So thank you so much, guys. Mwah, I love you all. I want Papa Gut to pee on my face, but just as a friend. There's nothing weird about that. I want him to pee on my face.